Hello and welcome to another chat for the Higher Self Expo. Karen Swain here. Great to see you all again. I've got the gorgeous Darshana Patel to introduce you to, who's one of our speakers. Hi, Darshana.
Hi, Karen. So good to see you again. I appreciate the time and the space that you're carving out. Thank you.
I know Darshana and I had a beautiful conversation on my show. How many years ago? A couple of years ago? 1 year ago?
At least a couple.
At least a couple of years ago. And how's work been since then? How's your life been since then?
Definitely evolving. I think at the time I was probably still wrapping up IONATION, the framework, the field guide published at the end of 2019. And so now I'm kind of in an act 3 and recreating based on this tool that I've created and ready to go out in the world with it. So nice evolution of things.
Darshana's brilliant. She's just brilliant. I found you through Jamie Butler. I think that Jamie had interviewed her on your show because you were renting some space when she had the Centre for Love and Light before COVID hit us, and she had to shut it down, which is such a shame. But anyway, maybe she'll open up another one when it all calms down. Do you think? You don't
Possibly.
know. Possibly. And I was just amazed by you, and I'm like, oh, I've got to talk to this gal. Anyway, do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, the short snippet is, it's a long story, but in essence, I'm an information systems engineer. So my background is really understanding reality from the construct of bits and bytes. And in addition to that, from the time I was very young, I could feel and see vibration or energy. So the idea of being an empath and just someone who feels vibration has always been a part of my composition. So information systems engineering, vibrational alchemist, and then I put it all together. It was 20 years of corporate consulting and then over 8+ years as a professional Reiki vibrational healer. And I put everything I know together in the lens, language, and logic of vibration in the form of a model that I call IONATION. So it integrates conflict, consciousness, change, communication through the lens, language, and logic of vibrational intelligence. So I've kind of just woven everything I know and put together a model to help us remain in flow state to unravel our multidimensional potential and to turn our ion, is the tag, and change the way we change. One ion, one particle of essence, of interaction, of that light that we talk about, the pixels in the matrix, one ion at a time. It's all information in format ion, vibration, vibrate ion.
Yeah, information. We are the body of God in form, information. I got that from the Conversation with God books. That's not me, but yeah, we are this walking information. We are walking information, aren't we? We are source information. And of course, the Higher Self Expo this year is a 24-hour free online expo for everyone, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, on different platforms on Facebook. It'll obviously be on my page. The cat's going crazy behind me. On my page and the Higher Self Expo page and Zane's page. And hello, Louisa's saying hello, beauties. And and on YouTube, on the Higher Self Expo YouTube channel. And we've got 36 speakers from around the globe. Darshana's right at the end of the USA 8 hours and right at the beginning of the Australasian 8 hours. And what are you going to speak about at the Higher Self Expo?
Yeah, my focus is going to be on how to change the way we change. So using the IONATION framework, we're going to look at how can we actually change the way we change? Instead of tinkering with the parts, what if we look at civilization as this informational construct, and we can look at every single interact ion, as a way to alter the frequency, which is creating the persistence of form that we perceive as reality. So we're going to talk about how to change the way we change with vibrational intelligence.
Oh, sounds amazing. Of course, what we're discussing over the 24-hour period with all these amazing speakers is how science meets spirituality. I'm sure that, that will be the theme of most talks, but people will get into whatever they get into, as they do with these expos. But this sounds like it's perfect, what you're talking about for the spec. And I can't wait. What have you got? If people go to your website, what are they going to see? What have you got going on at the moment?
So the website's a little quiet. You can book a session with me, the 60-minute sessions, one-on-one virtual sessions where we can do the energy work, we can get you into flow state, we can unravel your multidimensional potential with this framework. So right now on the website, you can get a sense of the body of work that I've created called IONATION, turnyouron.com. YouTube is another great place to really start sinking your teeth into the content. So I'm releasing more as I'm moving along my own journey and embodying the work. But that YouTube channel is Turn Your ION, Turn Your Ion, just like the shirt. And then on Instagram, it's Unscripted Way. It's my older brand, Unscripted Way on Instagram. And yeah, on the website right now, I'll just give you kind of an overview of the work. I've just actually launched my first IONATION 2-day immersion retreat 2 weeks ago, and I had my first group of pilot participants, and it was incredible. So we actually dove into the body of knowledge in that session. So I'll be launching more. I plan to travel around, Karen, and just kind of share my perspective, go drum with communities, and just see what happens as we start to unravel, I think, more of our divine potential that we're awakening to right now.
Wow, looking at that thing behind you, it looks like it's a course curriculum. It looks like it needs to be taught in every school, Darshana. I'm really passionate about consciousness being taught in our educational systems. Maybe you'll create something that can do that in a way that, because they have to come from that logical left brain mindset, and they don't like too much woo-woo stuff. But mind you, in Catholic school many years ago, we had a teacher who wasn't a nun who taught us how to meditate. Didn't know it at the time, didn't call it meditation, but she was teaching us how to meditate, which was amazing, really.
How wonderful is that?
Yeah, I think meditation and mindfulness are they're palatable to the education and mainstream systems, but so much more needs to be taught in our education systems. Sounds like your system would be perfect for it.
It's an interesting thing. I appreciate you saying that. The word education, educate, ion. Educate is to unravel. So when we look at the etymology of these ion words, they're telling us the original intention behind that flow, that action, that function of energy. Educate is to unravel. And I think, yeah, what if we unraveled our potential versus being formulated, pressed into a particular form?
Yeah, I know. We're going through strange times, amazing times, exciting times, expansive times. Yeah, but we have to put our focus on the possibility and not look at what is as we listen to our politicians.
There's so much potential. I really see if we come together as like feeling that divine inspiration, being in flow state and in that divine grace, there's so much I know. Coming together in communities and teams, we can create anything. And that's
Absolutely.
What I really think is possible. Yeah, we can just create a whole new system and everything just gets redirected into what makes more sense now.
Absolutely.
Look, this is what together.
This is what the conscious community in Sydney is trying to do. They're trying to put on events and festivals and stuff, and we keep getting locked down. And I've got friends that have hired warehouses, like Jamie did, to put on events, and then they can't put on events. And he's being very creative and saying, okay, I've spoken to the government. We're allowed to have mental health days. And as long as we're like 2 meters apart from each other, we can fit a few people in a room, trying to navigate coming together physically. But I love what Zane's doing in bringing us together online from all around the world. He started the Higher Self Expo because he used to speak at a lot of events and he couldn't do that. And he thought, well, if I can't speak live, then let's create this online platform. So it's so cool.
I'm so inspired that he's done that. And what a great gathering across the globe. So it's an honor and just an absolute privilege to be a part of it. And thank you for all the work you're doing to organize and just set the platform for everyone. And thank you for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you, darling. Buddha Warrior says here from YouTube, you ladies are incredible. Thank you. Loving this convo. Thanks, Buddha Warrior. Love your name.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad people joined.
Yeah, we've got a few listening. But obviously this is
Louisa, hi.
after we're live. Louisa's one of our speakers as well. I just had Louisa on my show. She's a Brit living in Portugal, and I just loved her story. You should check it out. Her
I
story.
actually got to spend time with her on her show. I was so grateful, and just wonderful conversations with Louisa. Just so much love to you over in Portugal. Wow.
Yeah, I totally want to go over there and hang out with Louisa and her family, and when we're all allowed to travel again, I'm coming.
What a great story. Another inspiring person. Wow.
Yeah. Isn't it great meeting people from all over the world through this expo? It's been so wonderful. And Eris is there. I'm listening. Hello, Eris. So great of you to listen. And thank you, darling, for all the work you're doing. I've been so lucky to spend time with you both, she says. There's room for both of you at my place. We're coming, aren't we? We're coming to Louise.
Absolutely. You just opened up the portal.
I loved her living circumstances. I don't know if she told you about, moving in with this old lady. She wanted her parents to come. She wanted to have this house in Portugal where she had space for her parents, and her parents said no. Her husband's parents said no. And she's like, oh. But then this other lady in her 80s who also created a space for family to come. And the family said, no, we're busy. So they've moved in together, and they've got this little family happening. They're on land. They've got orchards. It just sounds so idyllic. Ooh, I meant guests. I love all your kids.
I'm kind of a kid. That's quite appropriate. Don't worry. I'll be the kid guest.
Oh, you'll be the kid guest. But thank you again, and I look forward to your presentation at the Higher Self Expo. You'll be speaking at probably about 5 or 6 p.m., depending on your time zone in the States. It'll kick off, I think, about 9 or 10. I have to look at the time. I think it's 9. It
might be 8 p.m. my time. I'll check.
Because you're Eastern. You're Eastern, are you? Eastern Standard? Right. So it's 8 p.m. It's dinner time for you, and it's morning for me when you'll be speaking. I can't wait. Thanks, honey one. Big love
to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to the event, and thanks again.
Thanks for watching. Ciao.